Countries of Global South are urged to come together to mitigate various challenges. And also at this hour, Kenya's parliament passed the tax proposals that have triggered protests. Hello and welcome to ABC World. I'm Oscar Matnaf with the hour's latest. Ethiopia and the European Union recently convened to explore ways to enhance their current parliamentary partnership. The discussion featured Ambassador Dina Mufti, chairperson of the Ethiopia-EU Friendship Committee, at the House of People's Representatives, along with the EU delegation led by Charge the Affairs Dr. David Krivanek and Mr. Christian Masseth from the EU Parliament's Directorate General for External Policies. The meeting, according to the EU Mission Office in Ethiopia, involved the exchange of perspectives on various areas to potentially strengthen their collaboration in Parliament. Ethiopia has emerged as a key hub for foreign direct investment in East Africa, according to the latest World Investment Report by UNCTAD. In 2023, the country attracted an impressive $3.3 billion in foreign direct investment, surpassing neighboring Kenya and Uganda. The Ethiopian Investment Commission reported that within the first 8 months of the fiscal year 2023/24 alone, Ethiopia secured $3 billion in investment. A significant portion of these investment, nearly half, came from China, underscoring its pivotal role in Ethiopia's economic landscape. The Ethiopian government's strategic emphasis on public-private partnership has been pivotal in attracting foreign capital. Noteworthy projects like the $600 million investment by UAE's Amia Power in the Aisha Wind Power Project exemplify this approach. Additionally, Ethiopia has welcomed foreign investment in digital payment systems, further enhancing its attractiveness to global investors. In the broader regional context, Egypt and South Africa closely follow Ethiopia in FDI attractiveness rankings. However, developed countries continue to dominate in terms of overall greenfield investment projects globally, despite Ethiopia's rising profile as a preferred destination for foreign investments in East Africa. Ethiopia's State Minister for Trade and Regional Integration, Kasahon Gofe, held a brief discussion with Samir Hamroni, CEO of the World Free Zones Organization, in Zanzibar, Tanzania. Their discussion focused on the implementation of free trade zones, the state minister said in a social media post. Kasao noted that his meetings with the World FZO chief was held on the sidelines of the Third African Continental Free Trade Area Ministerial Retreat. The third AFCFTA Ministerial Retreat is being held in Zanzibar, Tanzania, to discuss issues of climate change, trade and industrialization, auto component manufacturing opportunities, and strategic priorities of the organization for the next 5 years. The retreat is an open technical platform for ministers to discuss issues of interest, especially outstanding rules of origin and emerging matters that ministers should consider as part of the implementation of the AFCFTA.
enter in this Bwindi Impenetrable National Park. So yeah, guys, we just entered this Bwindi. Yeah, so tell us about this place.
So Bwindi Impenetrable National Park is a rain forest. In Bwindi we have mountain gorillas, duikers, wild elephants. We have monkeys, and so many animals like nocturnal animals. So we are now at a higher altitude of 1,165 above the sea level.
Guys, can you see the broccoli trees?
The trail soon turns left onto a winding path deeper into the forest. It crosses the Munyaga River 3 times before presenting you with the first waterfall.
When I'm protecting this forest, guarding it against enemies, I am not guarding it for my own benefit. I'm guarding it for the whole world.
The landscape is really breathtaking.
Divisions among countries created by geography, poor infrastructure, and insufficient policies are said to be an impediment to economic growth. Regional integration allows countries to overcome these costly divisions, integrating goods, services, and factors markets, thus facilitating the flow of trade, capital, energy, people, and ideas. Regional integration is said to be promoted through common physical and institutional infrastructure, approached by a BC World Sri Lankan ambassador to Ethiopia and permanent representative to the AU and UNECA. Teshanta Kumar Siri stressed that countries of a global south need to come together to mitigate various challenges. Tegisser Nasa takes it from here.
Global cooperation via various platforms plays a pivotal role in addressing complex challenges that transcend national boundaries. However, developing countries often face disadvantages within given cooperative platforms. Despite these challenges, developing nations can adopt several strategies to overcome these disadvantages and actively participate in and benefit from global cooperations. Talking to ABC World, Sri Lankan ambassador to Ethiopia, Tashanti Kumari Sari stressed that Global South countries should come together to mitigate various challenges.
I think the 21st century is a century where we face difficult challenges, particularly with the climate change and also terrorism, and we need to integrate more. That because of a digital era, the polarizations is heavy, so we need to address those issues collectively. I think Global South should work together to mitigate and also meet those challenges. So South-South cooperation is significant in that scenario, I believe.
Stakeholders for their parts indicated that coming in unison to tackle global challenges is important.
My take on the single country, see, the question is what we all have to realize that unfortunately today we are more divided in terms of skin color, in terms of which tribe somebody belongs to, which part of the world you belong to. You need to go visa from. Can you imagine if you're sitting in Mars and looking at this continent on this Earth? You'll be shocked. Why can't these people go here? Why can't those people come here? Right? It's like this. We are fighting two major wars: climate and poverty, and the only way to do that is to be unified. And having a unified currency, unified policies, creating a platform will enhance all our youngsters to rise up.
A borderless world would be an ideal situation, in my opinion. Unfortunately, we humans are not built to do that. We're very territorial. So the second best thing we could do is create those institutions that help us to at least collaborate in areas that make the most sense. Monetary unions could help. At the global level, that's nice to have, but I would settle for something regional at the moment. They're not easy things to do. We see the European Union, they've been trying to unify their economies for a very long time. This is not an easy thing to do, but by coming together, they've become stronger. So if you take, rich countries in Europe, find the need to come together, it says a big message to countries in Africa as well. In this region, East African community has done a fantastic job integrating, and it's a growing network. And I understand Ethiopia has applied to join this group. And in fact, I was told there was an application during the emperor's time as well, but we've never found the heart to join them. I would support something like that very much.
With regard to overcoming global cooperation disadvantages, enhancing South-South cooperation via specialized alliances, technology transfer, and capacity building, boosting public-private partnership and advocacy and cultural diplomacy are said to be key to leveling the playing field in the global cooperation.
Ethiopia's Disaster Risk Management Commissioner Shifarau Taklamariam has outlined efforts to foster national self-reliance in confronting both natural and man-made disasters by reducing dependency. The commissioner also called for leadership at all levels to act as role models and eliminate the mindsets and practices that lead to a dependency. Shegoy Mata has more from the Ethiopian News Agency.
Commissioner of the Ethiopian Disaster Risk Management Commission, Shifarau Taklamariam, stated that the government has implemented a new disaster risk management policy to create a strong national posture capable of self-reliance in the face of man-made and natural disasters. He mentioned achievements in the agricultural sector with summer irrigation, wheat, industrial sectors, and bounty of the basket, Yelema Trufat, a national development program which focuses on nutritional opulence. In his presentation, the commissioner said that to overcome the dependency mindset, food security must be ensured at the family level.
Work needs to be done to eliminate dependency by increasing production and productivity. Dependency denies freedom, harms the economy, and promotes the mindset of guardianship. In order to overcome the dependency mindset, food security must be ensured at the family level.
The commissioner highlighted that Ethiopia has many favorable conditions to help tackle dependency, citing government and public commitment as examples.
Ethiopia has many favorable conditions to help it tackle dependency, like leadership, government and public commitment, best practices and potential resources, among others. We need to focus on changing mindsets and taking action, emphasizing that coordinated efforts in all sectors are crucial. Hence, preparedness and hard work in all sectors are necessary to achieve the national goal of overcoming dependency.
The commissioner further explained that institutions must work with determination to achieve this grand national vision.
The leadership at the federal as well as the regional levels must act as role models in eliminating mindsets and practices that lead to dependency. Institutions directly related to disaster risk preventions, including agriculture, water and energy, health, irrigation, and others, have the responsibility to achieve this national plan.
It was also noted that the government, beyond showing political commitment to eliminating dependency, is working to continue rapid development efforts by mobilizing the public.
The controversial Finance Bill 2024 has finally passed through the Parliament and now awaits presidential assent to become law. And this is after a majority of a member of Parliament voted to adopt a report on the whole House, where the lawmakers approved the amendments to the bill, which has sparked countrywide protests. During the third reading of the bill on Tuesday, 195 members of Parliament voted in support of the bill, while 106 voted to reject the proposed law. There were 3 spoiled votes. Kenyans are protesting over a new finance bill that introduces unpopular tax proposals that have drawn a lot of anger across the nation. The controversial bill, which has provisions that are seen as imposing extra burdens on ordinary citizens and businesses, has sparked a huge outcry from a public already burdened with a high cost of living. It has triggered youth-led protests, which, though largely peaceful, have led to at least 1 death and hundreds of injuries, as well as arrests, all of which have been condemned by lawyers and human rights groups. Well, now before I sign out, let me remind you of the top stories of the hour once again. Countries of Global South are urged to come together to mitigate various challenges. Kenya's parliament passed tax proposals that have triggered protests. Well, that's all we have for the hour. Many thanks for watching. I'm Oscar Domat now for this. Bye-bye from me.